This is like my go-to summer dip. If you bring it to a party, some parties you have to like bring a dip or bring something. Everyone will go crazy over this. Everyone will be asking for the recipe, I promise. It's my layered Greek dip. Super simple. So it starts out with 1 block of softened cream cheese. And yes, Anne, who's been really good and watching what she eats and all that kind of stuff and exercising, you can use the light cream cheese. That will work just fine. So the key with cream cheese when you're doing recipes, cheesecake and dips and things like that, is you really have to beat it until it's nice and smooth to get the lumps and bumps out of it. So I'm just going to start doing that. And if you have it at room temperature or pull it out of the fridge a few hours before you make this, that makes it that much easier. This actually looks pretty good right now. Okay, so we've got an Italian blend of seasoning, or just oregano works great too, just dried oregano, which is an ingredient found in a lot of Greek cooking. Some garlic salt. We want to give this cream cheese some nice flavor. Fresh lemon juice. No seeds in that one. It's going to be a good day, Anne. And some fresh garlic. So have you picked up our book club book yet? If you haven't, shame on you. No, seriously, you've got plenty of time. So our book club meeting, next one is in July at the Bottle Room in Swamico. Really cool place to go grab a glass of wine or a nice beverage and some great snacks. Anyway, the book we're reading is by a very well-known author who wrote Secret Life of Bees. Sue Monk Kidd is her name, and we're reading her latest book, which is called The Invention of Wings. My mother-in-law is an avid reader. She's a former teacher, and she's retired now, so she reads a ton, and she's in lots and lots of book clubs. So I always talk to her when I'm, say, what are you reading? What should I read? And so I sometimes consult her on, my book club picks, and she is raving about this book. She said she couldn't put it down, so that's how we picked it. So go get the book, get it on your Kindle, get it on your Nook, whatever, read along with us, and then join us for book club coming up in July. Okay, so mixing in here the garlic, fresh garlic, lemon juice, a little bit of oregano, garlic salt, and just a little bit of milk to thin it out a little bit and make it spread a little more easily. Just a tablespoon or two. Lamer's milk, which, by the way, when the kids get out of school, or maybe this weekend, take them by Lamer's Dairy in the Valley and treat them to an ice cream cone. And some of their raspberry lemonade, which is Anne's favorite. Okay. Time to start putting this dip together. So that's really the hardest part of this recipe, is making the cream cheese, the first layer. But this is something, if you're bringing this dip to a party, this part of the dip could be done up to 3, even 4 days ahead and parked in your refrigerator, this cream cheese layer. So you can go ahead and get that part done and out of the way. And then this dip goes together very, very quickly. So in the bottom of a pie plate, or even just on a pretty plate, this is layer number 1. And if you've got bunches of people over, feel free to double or triple this recipe and do it in like a 9x13 or on a large platter, because it is just a showstopper. It looks fantastic, and it's going to get gobbled right up. Trust me on that. Okay, layer number 1. This is one of Bob's favorites. He loves Greek food and hummus, which is going to be our next layer. All right. And by the way, all new shows this week, so lots more ideas. Later in the week, we're doing graduation party. It's that time of year, so we have some fun ideas for that. All right, so here's layer number 1. Layer number 2 is some hummus. You can make your own, and I have several recipes for it online, or if you want to keep it really quick, easy breezy, the hummus that's pre-made at the grocery store has come a long way, and it's actually pretty good. It comes in some fun different flavors. I'm just using the classic hummus. Now they have, you know, roasted garlic hummus and roasted red pepper hummus, which is also another one of my favorites. So we've got 1 container of hummus, and hummus is just chickpeas or garbanzo beans. They're called the same thing. Olive oil, lemon juice that you puree up in a food processor, a little bit of tahini and garlic, and it's fantastic. I did a cooking demo at the Plymouth Middle School outside of Sheboygan, teaching kids to do healthy eating, and we made homemade hummus, and we got a bunch of kids to try hummus for the first time, and everybody loved it. So if you have not tried hummus, even Anne likes hummus. Ireland loves hummus. Just one of those things that sounds kind of weird, looks kind of weird, tastes fantastic. Okay, and it's really healthy dipping. You can dip, dip, dip away. Now we're going to start decorating this baby. So I've got some crumbled feta cheese. That has come in some nice flavors these days. They have some fun flavors. So this is I believe it's a sun-dried tomato feta cheese, but any type of feta cheese would work. And this is what you want to, you know, do kind of right before. Well, you could do it a couple hours before, but just kind of make it pretty with all the toppings. All right, so there goes our crumbled feta, cucumbers, diced tomatoes. Got some seeded diced tomatoes. I can hardly wait until tomato season. I love these baby cucumbers because you don't need to peel them. Picked them up right at the festival. They taste great. They're not bitter. And you don't need to worry about the seeds, so we're just going to finely dice some cubes. So this has got a lot of texture, a lot of great flavor going on. The cucumbers are something that you don't want to put on too, or the tomatoes really far in advance. Like I say, I'd make the cream cheese layer, pick up or make the hummus, and then kind of just assemble this dip just a couple hours or a few minutes before so that it really stays at its freshest. And then I've got some black or some Greek Kalamata olives that we can slice up. Place those around, and some scallions. So I love to serve this with pita chips that you just pick up, or you could certainly make your own, and pretty much a guilt-free dip, except for that little bit of cream cheese, but lots of fresh toppings, and this is just a really fresh, light, summery dip that I think will cool you off. Everyone will love it.